Right, doing a solo playthrough of Divinity Original Sin 2. More or less, I'm not gonna give a shit about spoilers, role-playing or things like that, just tactical difficulties, one character, and then try to get through it successfully somehow. I don't actually think that's gonna be too tough. The tough portions are probably gonna be early on, when we don't have enough abilities. I can already see how I'm going to basically take down the toughest bosses the game has to offer, more or less. I don't expect major difficulties, but there's probably a couple of rough spots. Bring it on! Combat is demanding and your foes are devious and observant. For every surprise you spring, they will respond with two of their own, not for the faint of heart. I was thinking maybe playing with Vayne or... what's his name? But I decided against it because I'm not gonna care about role-playing and things like that. So, but I am somewhat curious about these guys and their stories. So it doesn't really match all that well, my goals and what these guys would offer. Two, I don't particularly want to play as an undead character, and Ifan Ben Mez's abilities are shit for what I want to do. If I would have played a summoner, these would have been great abilities. But I don't want to. I don't want to touch summoning at all, so they're not. What I mostly want is the self-sacrifice ability elves have. So custom elves do it. Dome protection, no idea how useful that's gonna be. Seems to have a good duration. Restores armors and increases elemental resistances, so could be very useful. But flesh sacrifice is what I want. Extra 10% damage boost and extra 1 action point on demand, no cost. Hard to overestimate the usefulness of that one. Not mandatory, but useful. The build chooses your starting gear that you can find in the equipment chest in the tutorial section. I want 2 wands. A wizard. 2 poison wands would actually be just fine. Talent has to be Lone Wolf. We can wonder about what we want to take later on. Lone Wolf has to be the starting talent. Plus 2 maximum action points and recovery action points, 30% plus vitality, 60% physical and magical armor, doubles invested points in attributes and combat abilities. So, massive boosts. Mystic and Scholar, basically because I just want to know what it requires to make the Witch's Brew. And you need Mystic and Scholar tags to be able to figure that one out. Anything else? Dark Elf.
I'm ready. Prepare yourself. Try again. Almost.
I'll yield to none.
Right. What do we want initially? We need strength, because we have to carry everything. We need wits, because initiative. I need to start fights. If I don't start fights, I'm gonna be screwed very easily. And intelligence, maybe? There would be some benefit in memory, though. I'm just not sure if we're gonna have an immediate use for it, but I'll take it. It gives me a few empty spell slots to use. So if I find abilities or find skill books, I can use them immediately. We'll get 3 Lore Master skill points. I want a single point in Telekinesis, then Lore Master and Thievery in a mix. Lore Master is very useful because I can see resistances, identify items, so it's convenient. Thievery is convenient because I can get extra loot. Telekinesis 1 is mandatory, so I can move items around. I'm favoring it now because I think I can steal basically a barrel of death fog from the tutorial ship if I have telekinesis. It'll be a great addition to our offensive capabilities in Fort Joy. Later on we can get extra barrels, so it has to be used in Fort Joy somewhere. There's a couple of fights I can think it would be useful. Either the last fight, if we're going to kill the dragon, that would be a good one, or we can attack the hammer and the bishop. One of those 3 likely. I'll take Geomancer and Pyrokinetic to start things. We're more or less going to take everything to some extent, because the combination of spells require it. And they have useful things. The only one I'm gonna ignore is summoning. Right. We need oil, we need poison, we need fire. So they can be combined to do extra damage, that's basically it. Okay, apparently I have not selected tags, although I clearly did. In many ways the early part of the game should be the toughest for us. Not the tutorial ship, but the Fort Joy early parts. Because we don't have resources, equipment or skills.
Still a bit groggy.
That's a bad combo. I'm going to rely defensively quite a bit on usables, things like that.
It wasn't a dream.
So skill-wise, I want to prioritize offensive abilities. Not sure how much I want to loot the tutorial section. I can probably get a couple of potions and maybe a little bit of cash. That's it. Immediate physical armor. I can run things through quickly enough, I suppose.
An animal's sty. Freight or food?
Some food wouldn't be a horrible idea because I don't have any healing ability. Letters can be used to craft scrolls. I have no idea how many scrolls I'm gonna end up doing. Probably quite a bit. But usually I overestimate the amount I really need.
You there, come here. Hey, a gentlewoman set me. Your guess is before you can eat.
Oh, wait, you're no Magister. A college. Name. What in Lucian's name? Oh, I should have known there'd be trouble.
I probably should kill him actually first. Yeah, now that I think about it, that would make more sense. Because the first thing he's gonna do is cast a fireball. Like can't close the doors anymore, apparently. I might have been able to get the scroll out of that prisoner if I would have just focused on killing him, right? Because there's no way in hell he has the fireball. I don't really want to use this ability, because we're gonna have to fight him soon anyway. But
The prisoner's buoyant. Oh, I'm not.
that's the best you could do. Well, it's not like I'm at risk of dying here, but still, that didn't go well.
What would he have to gain by killing me? Strange forces are at work.
Couple of gold pieces, a key, and a mushroom. Plus, I'm getting a little bit of experience here, but still, mostly this is just a waste of time. Lockpick, that's useful. Healing potion.
Not the most
Okay,
elegant solution, was it?
minor crap. That's it. A couple of decks of cards that can be used as scrolls. Or paper,
And I'm
4
back where I
scrolls rather.
started.
But yeah,
Nowhere
mostly a
to
waste
go
of
but
time.
up.
We need around 100 pounds free carry weight to be able to carry the barrel, Death Fog barrel. So there should be a limit to what exactly do we want to loot here. Right, so I have 113 free carry weight. We're gonna get some extra items, armor pieces, things like that, so that'll eat up the free amount we have. More or less I'm picking up gold, potions, that sort of stuff.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest.
Free
And he's the
boots.
chap in charge of the logs. But who? You'll find him on the other side of this.
Why?
Index finger.
My word. Oh, well, a new life awaits. And if...
The physical armor amounts are not much, but they really do help.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
Come on, please, Losa. That's enough now.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
Anything to eat?
Your kind always come closest to our divine wolves around a campfire.
Well, we've got this wolf on a leash now.
Healing scroll.
We'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it. Lad? Sufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Here, Sir Regis, you faring okay so far?
You been down by the room up the hall?
No,
You sure about that?
no,
What's your name?
no.
Glad to. You head up.
Creep with those bolts trained on her.
Standing at the center.
So you would...
Yes, she turns her.
There are other.
Good. You there.
It means you're.
She reaches.
I'm just
Subdue him.
She smiles.
pressed.
We should be getting the 2 wands at this point. Wands basically because I'm only doing an energy or magical damage with all my attacks, so might as well take the wands to add to that. 2 poison wands, not bad either. Because we can ignite things and they'll do just extra damage. Cheese bread. The Magister corpses would allow me to get a little bit of gold, but I'm not sure if it's fundamentally all that important. Again, I'm taking this shit basically to get paper. Not sure how useful that'll end up being. Can I get a essence? Earth essence, holy shit, that's like incredibly useful. If nothing else, I can just put in a potion bottle. That alone will be powerful enough. An improvised wand of fire, excellent. Poison wand, fire wand combination will probably work the best. I only have one spell that allows me to create fire, so it's 2 poison wands would be nice if we have a single target to kill, but that's very infrequently the case. Nothing wrong with the shirt. Problem is, I don't want the extra carry weight. We're already close to the
As the
limit.
dead man's flesh slides down your heart is a bright. Suddenly, she reaches the memories.
I can't use the adrenaline, don't have the skills for it. It's not like we need it right now anyway.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
Try to kill the source, huh? Not sure what for really though. It's free experience, I guess. Not much, but it's free. It also has physical armors mainly, which is probably irrelevant. $25, yeah, not really worth my time. The raw meat can be used for crafting, I suppose.
Thank the gods.
He eyed.
Another sword like you don't know? Mutiny. Curdled my blood when she appeared. Then the mute.
One down. Right, this is a good combination.
Damn! That doesn't
It's not
bode
like it's
well.
amazingly
Onwards and
thoughtful or powerful, but against opponents of this caliber it's good enough. All the paintings should be borderline worthless, so I'm not gonna bother picking them up. Another pair of stained pants. Ooh, even a pair of gloves. Good luck with the armor pieces this time. I mean, in the fact that we actually got a good spread
Need
of
to get off
different
this
types
wreck,
of
and
armors.
quick!
I mean, they're terrible. They're level 1 armors, but still.
Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
Right, the moment that door opens, there's a scripted event that will destroy all the fog barrels there. So we basically are gonna run against the clock there in order to try to get one. I think one is enough. I mean, we have enough time for to get that one. If we don't get it, we'll die to the death fog. Without telekinesis, I wouldn't be sure if it's possible, but with telekinesis, I'm positive it is possible. I've certainly tested it, but it's still something that if you don't act on immediately, you don't have the time for it.
The marking on the door. You press your palm. It doesn't budge. The door groans open.
Something's breaking through! What the hell are those death? I need to get out of here, now!
95 pounds. So 6 pounds free still. Not sure what do we really want to use it on. Death fog. Undead would have had a much easier time. We could have also keep luring additional enemies there. But I still don't think I want to even try to use it until we get some sort of basic teleportation ability, like the gauntlets of teleportation you can get early on. Something that we can basically use to throw enemies in it. I'm also much more likely to use it early on than wait for it, because the longer we wait, the more actual abilities we have to add usables we can rely on. Currently, we basically have shit, so any kind of easy kills. Fireball skull. Borderline worthless now. Later on, extremely useful. Even a staff. Right, very pleased with the loot we've been getting. Ooh, so some of the fire goes out, most of it doesn't go out. That's also a mystery sometimes. I mean, what rules does the surface follow? But I just need to get here so I can get a loot of these guys. Another shitty wand. Well, the scroll is useful. Probably a lifesaver, actually. Right, all we have to do is go downstairs, free the other prisoners, and that'll be it. I've tried a few different things to do here. Escaping directly and things like that. It's all leads more or less to the same. There's probably consequences later on how different people react to you. That's it. Can I murder him? Free 100 points of
If you
experience.
could walk, get yourself up there. There's a... Wait! Void broken!
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
We also have one consideration early on. How long do we want to try to level up before doing a lot of things? Because it will affect the type of loot and things like that we get. Or if we kill a trader, it will affect how much free spellbooks we get from them. At the same time, in the long term, it is sort of irrelevant. So I'm not sure we should try to hold back in any way for such considerations. Especially since I have one guy instead of 4, so I can concentrate all my resources to just buy stuff from one. So I don't really think any kind of shouldn't overthink things like that. It won't end up mattering.
Let's not tarry. This old tub. Had to open your big mouth, didn't you?
Wait! You need to wait! Gods! That thing!
Yeah, it
No
made a
time.
difference. A little bit of extra we did earned us a level. I mean, killing the couple of magisters, the dog, and the dying magister and unconscious magister on the floor, all made a difference. I'm gonna leave the Deathlog barrel here to the waypoint. There's no point carrying it around with us constantly.
Those void workers
Not until
made
we have a
short
use
bloody
for it.
work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? seems someone. Something. I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
We should take Thievery 1 pretty much immediately. Right, this should ease the early game. 300 gold in value is basically a shitty spellbook. If we wait, we can steal more valuable stuff, but at the same time, we need stuff now more than we're gonna need later on. Later on, we can afford to buy things. We're gonna take either Huntsman or Scoundrel. I'm not sure which one. Huntsman would have better combination abilities with Geomancer and Pyrokinetic. But I still would need the spellbooks to actually make the combination one, so it's not a trivial thing. I think we're gonna need... Well, we're gonna need a lot of things. I'm gonna take at least 1 point in everything. Simply because I want to be able to use a wide variety of equipment, and I think something like attribute value of 14 is pretty much the maximum any equipment piece requires, so it's not a huge investment from us. Probably. I'm iffy on the finesse part, because it's sort of irrelevant. It's mostly useful for the equipment only. Armor, that's sort of okayish on physical and magical protection. But it's also worse compared to dedicated armor, mage or fighter armor.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
They have vampiric vampire, so they'll heal if they do vitality damage to me.
Thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
Right, we can get some basic gear, maybe even I will level up without having to do any fighting, or at least serious fighting. That should be our goal. I'm not sure how big of a goal should that be though. What I mean is, the benefits would be they're there, but are they worth any kind of delay in our progress?
A black cat? Or some would see this as an omen.
I'm not sure they are. It might feel like a big thing now, but it's like 30 minutes, hour, and then the advantage is gone. Either way, we got a shovel out of here, so we should be able to dig up a few things. I don't recall every goddamn little piece of item that's buried here, but I do recall a few.
I've spotted something.
This should be a fight. Freshly buried corpse. Oh, I didn't actually want to sneak. Ah, shit. I was testing key hotkeys. I need to change one of them. I'd like to be able to scroll these without fiddling with these goddamn arrows that are hard to click anyway. But I can only do it in one direction with a quick key at this moment, so... Unless I need to check what the other key is. It's not really going to be relevant for a long time though, so I'm gonna skip it for now.
I've spotted something.
Wait. What the fuck is he talking about? We go there. There's the hidden alcove. One of the earlier fights is there. I think a good poison wand is there. So leather armor or a magical robe, depending on which one we need. Fair enough. Still, I'm confident we can get to level 3 before we have to do any fighting, so I'll try to push for that. If we reach that, we'll end there. Arrow Flower allows us to get a free ring that allows us to use heals without actually having the skill for it. That should be one of our early goals. We do want to talk to a lot of people, even though they're not particularly directly useful to us. Price, for example, will make an appearance later on if we talk to her, but if we don't, she won't. I'm not sure to which characters that applies to, so I'd rather talk to everyone just to be sure. I mean, I sort of want to make a much more rapid progress than I did in the first attempt to play the game. Because that was a learning experience, had to manage 4 guys and their equipment and so forth, but at the same time I do want to actually play the game and see, properly enjoy it, see things I didn't see the first time and so on, so I don't want to rush things.
But I know nothing of any Verdus.
This would be the first chance to use
We
the Death
already know
Fog.
the truth,
We could kill a couple level 8
Now
guys,
speak.
that's a lot of experience.
I am a proud loyal to the Order. I would
The
not
problem
dream
is
of
at the moment I
subverting
could
our
not get the
goals.
Death Fog there no matter what I tried, so that's why I need the teleportation ability.
Your god will
There are a couple of
be
alternative situations, but this is probably the
always late.
most fruitful one, because it's early on. We could also try fighting them normally, but that would be very tedious even if we could make it work. So I'm not a huge fan of that. It's an achievement, the game, if you drive these guys away from here. I don't really care about that because the game, for one reason or another, doesn't track this for me. I mean, I've played through the game once and I have 0 minutes played so
You
far,
there?
so
Elf, I'm looking for an inmate. A
fairly
smallish
safe
man,
to say
thick
I'm not getting
spectacles, prone to-
achievements.
Have you seen him? None of your business.
We do have the Thievery 1 now, so we can start pickpocketing pretty much on these shitty guys who probably are not shopkeepers, right?
Our Father, who presideth over us all.
still don't have any idea what to do with Farah and Jet. Not a clue. Farah was looking her missing child that's has actually been gone for months, so she's crazy. I have no idea what to do with her.
You there. In that case, listen up. You must think me mad to approach a stranger, but this camp is full of cowards and Are you interested? Atta girl. The plan. There's an artifact. It's found its way into a nest of not enough to get that.
It's time to accept reality.
Should be a fight here. Easy experience, maybe some useful loot. We want to help the elf though, that's the important part.
Hey up.
I find only bread. I want no...
Dear one,
Respect.
An intense looking.
Just stand aside.
There's
won't you,
a
mate? This is no business. of yours.
pacifistic solution
wolf
to a lot of
decided.
these.
The thug.
We don't
Freeze
want
up,
them.
elf. No one should.
Not for the most part.
Especially not one of you. You two all... Now come on, elf. If you make me say it again...
And neither will I.
We got to...
Probably pick a target, focus on it.
I will yield to none.
There's no way in hell they can kill Elodie by the time we kill them. We're pretty much safe here.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us.
I've an errand to run.
Remember, there is a safe...
Nails are welcome. Burroughs Club. This amount of experience and we'll get a quest reward out of her.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the
Summoning,
woman is
don't
manipulating
care.
a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long
The ring
metal
could be very
skewers.
useful.
She doesn't look up
It's
as you
way
approach.
too expensive. I want to test something.
What you after? I ain't.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? Found it in this. Never knew it to be much.
She nods. What?
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my... Oh, I don't know. People do change. Magic for you. Hell no. Worthy is exact...
Right. Tongs. Sharp piece of metal. Grab disarming kit. We have enough money for a single spellbook. We need to choose what the skill we're gonna take. Because even if I would take, let's say, something like Hunter or Huntsman, I wouldn't have the compare any other skill book to attach it to. I couldn't make a combination spell right now. Rogue would
So
be, or
yes is
Scoundrel would
Fort
also be
Joy.
very useful, because it has the ability to put someone to sleep, and I
Let me
have a
guess.
very strong
You're in for the
attacks against
nothing I can tell you.
magical shield, so I could do that fairly easily. At 300 just to visit this one. Withermore probably could hit me a couple of thousand in total. So we're definitely not gonna get level ups or anything, but there's the bot. We would get quite a lot of experience from doing basically nothing.
Corpses.
The creature he.
You now, a little query.
The creature.
Darling,
The creature.
you wouldn't.
The creature.
For you.
Amigo's Ring, Restoration.
You hated your work for the Order. You want.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Frightfully busy at the moment, love. Haven't got any liquor on hand, have you? This fella could use a little comfort.
Out my face, or I'll punch your lights out.
He smacks your hand.
You're trying to kill me. Those bleeding fools think they run the... Sure. First, always win. Second, never lose.
I think I killed the guy the first time.
Think you're so fancy with your flashy abracadoodle, don't you? Why don't you take...
Yeah, I'll offer him booze instead of doing proper healing. Right. 250 experience points for casting the heal ability. There should be a magister key here somewhere.
I've spotted something.
I have no recollection where we're gonna use this, but there's no harm in taking it with us.
These lads won't know what it's...
A little reprieve from the din outside.
Right, quest reward first. Yes.
Thank you for your help with that.
She bows.
I hear of no escapes. In this case, it gives me wait, I am not here without. Thank you.
Belts are easy to get. Helmets less so. Wizard pants.
You're cheating! Wait, I call a timeout!
You cover your face with your hand.
Healing ability, but we're not looking for defensive abilities at all. Not now.
Got you! I got you!
We're desperate for anything extra offensive one.
The child ignores you and continues with her game.
I'm playing Helene, hero of the whole world. That was my mum's name. She died when the Voidwoken came. Mm-hmm.
The child...
Whack! Back, evil ogre, or I'll get you with my... I'll spare you this time. You're really ready? Go!
No one tells me there are so many. I never know.
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns toward you when you approach.
Ah, hello. I see it before my eyes. It is not so bad.
Her eyebrow.
There can be. My pretty is caught by you bring. I see some. Yes, please ask. It is safer here. Oh, he is. You understand when you meet. I feel him.
But if we do the quest for her, I'm pretty sure we get enough experience to get a level up. Especially in combination with Withermore meeting him. There's no way I can finish his quest, Withermore's quest. I could meet it with him. Also the quest of freeing the elven man is trivial. I have to take on one, maybe level 2 trader, maybe level 3 at most.
Oh! What? I know.
I've spotted something.
He's also, I think, a fire spellbook seller, so we could use those spells.
Hope he brought a shovel.
725. Another mage armor? Yeah. It's the same one we already had. A little bit different look.
Wither, this.
Please.
But
Why? What can it be in my day? You're kind of wicked, yet please seize this. Good madam, you've set my body. I have after he, but I know this place well. Marvelous, the sweet Brackers would have made me a supplicant. I never thought I would become fort here.
2000 experience points for a level up.
Wither is free.
Yeah, that's a single quest basically.
Now we can get out. When I grow up, here, if you can.
Also, the spear is quite nice. Petrified, slowed, critical hit bonuses, elemental damage. Quite nice. I think we should do the Elven favor. It's 4 fire or pyrokinetic skill books, it's a level up. And we need one right now. It would aid us massively. Then we can go around killing things without too much fuss, and we can start combining skills. We have enough skill points to learn multiple different types too. There's no point talking to him.
Leave him be. Listen. Shut up, elf. This clown, we caught him stealing supplies. Crate of food. All I want is my supplies. Ain't been here.
He twirls his knife.
Divine's gone.
I don't recall who sells hunter stuff. It'll be more useful later on. The thing is, if we are not going to do a combination skill, there's no point taking the hunter, because hunter mostly has utility and combination. The hunter skills themselves are not all that interesting. I could get basically ability to produce traps. That would be something probably closer to a fireball, even at the early level. So not super powerful, but it's still an extra attack I could use. Also, I can use them as mines, but they have a delay before they arm themselves, so it's not going to be easy.
Give it down, will you? Heading into the kitchen? Don't try anything funny around Griff. I'm watching
These
you.
require ranged weapons, so they're not really useful. The only useful thing would be the mine, more or less. I think this is the sort of stuff we could steal. mean, try to use as opportunity presents itself, but it's not good now.
Well, nice and slow.
Still, it's a huge waste to sit on our points, especially since I'm soloing. I'm gonna have to take something.
Think about it logically. She's much better off.
Being a scoundrel. I want the ability to put them to sleep. I'm attacking their magical shield, so it'd
You're a
be
little
a
light in your
good
pack, ain't you,
addition.
girl? Who could blame you with the garbage
Or
they got for sale round here?
others require dagger, so that's not that useful. And sell one of the
Perhaps if
robes.
those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Okay, I could actually buy something different too. They have a good shield. Well, good is a bit of a stretch. But gauntlets would genuinely be good, and they're not that expensive either. Can afford it. No.
Worse than war rations, these.
Things that have weight have to be traded in first.
Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Right. Now I'm confident I can take on the trader with no issues, because I can do for everything I can, and then have him skip a turn and pour the damage again on him. That should be enough. If he survives after that, well, I don't see how he would. Because he's level 3.
This looks like the great time after. But where are the contents?
Still, I don't think that's a problem, really.
Huh? What? But I was... It was... Please, tell me. Tell me.
I want to trade one skill book
Why
away.
did you wake me? I was
There's
so
no
close,
point.
so close.
Because we're gonna kill him, we're gonna get all we trade back, but we're gonna get all the valuable stuff from him anyway, so there's no point.
And you smell of burnt hair and oranges. Though I'd guess Mr. Griff is more upset about the... It's all I need to dream. Drudene. It may be before I... But just as... So you see, I cannot give back the Drudene. Not only for myself, but for all of us. I aim to...
He doesn't care. Fine by me. Gives me a chance to do a free attack. Does the bottle actually reach this? Slowed. Burning. Poison. And shit. Could have taken adrenaline too. Shit. It would have been enough to kill him. Shit. Ooh. Right, got all the interesting stuff. We'll learn as many abilities as we can. We'll be left with one extra to do combinations. That's useless. I think haste might be the most useful thing we can do at the moment. I'll take the ignition for now. Haste because it cancels slow and crippled, and the mobility is for life for us. Still, this should get us to level up. We should get a quest reward and all that, so we can get to level up anything's there.
Griff glances from his blade to you and back.
Spare the indignation and hand it. Good girl. Looks like everything's accounted for.
He raises an eyebrow.
Looks like someone. Your guy's free to go.
Yeah, definitely getting the level up.
It is done. I hold my end of the bargain. I should. Yes, Sahela. It is for. Give me your. I give you the. I goat.
I'm taking 5-star dinner. Doubles effect of food and potions. We're interested in the doubling effect of potions. There are a lot of other good talents we can take. However, I think this is the best defensive talent we can take, because it allows us to reach massive amounts of resistances really easily.
All you need is a strong constitution, and the gods will take care of the rest.
Something else, another skill.
Sahela, you are all right.
I am fine, Amiro.
You can probably afford a skill book, I mean. Maybe polymorph.
They do.
That would allow us to do the chicken thing. So we would have two abilities to allow us to play enemies out of the fight. Alternatively, it has to be damage.
As you say.
Huntsman might not be a bad idea in that case.
I am so glad.
It will combine with all the elements, so we could get blinding effect that does damage and the trap. Both useful things.
We have help. We survive. This is thank you. Do not forget what I ask of you. Sahela, it is not devotion to Sahela. It is all of.
She breaks into it.
One friend brings. He gets better, little by little. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I do not. It is good.
Summoning hat, dodging boots, hit point gloves. I don't want the gloves because we're gonna get the teleportation gloves soon, so we're definitely gonna use those. And we have quite a few items we can still sell. Right. Thinking taking wits instead of finesse, because I'm still iffy on the finesse, and I need the initiative to make sure I act first. We're gonna need more memory too. I guess this is more or less dependent on what skill books we have access to next, so I'm gonna just sit on it. Alternatively, we'll take Polymorph and take the turn target to chicken. The problem there is I would have to attack physical armor and I would have to get very close to do it. So, looking at what we currently are good at, it is not a strong ability to take. It would be much better with almost anything else. Especially secure the elemental attacks, all of them immediately, would be more valuable. But this is fine. We are in a good enough position so I can go wandering around and start killing things, start getting loot, start getting experience through that way, start getting funds and all that, so I think we can start leveling up much faster and exploring much faster at this point. Yeah, the hidden grow, we should be able to do that. I'll hold my ass there, just so I don't forget what exactly the plan was. Right, we have money to get more spells. We have thievery to get more spells, so we're good on that one. Just need to make a decision what exactly do we want to do. We might have to be stuck with those abilities for a while, so that's the thing. And the ability to recycle attacks is fairly important. Currently we can't, we don't have enough. So at least a third elementals group would be very beneficial. Huntsman might allow us to get around that, get combination spells. The thing is, the good teleportation ability from Huntsman is not available at the moment, so either we get the combination abilities or there's no point taking the entire thing.
I wonder where this leads.
Natural heals, ice attack wouldn't be bad either. Chill effect slows targets. Oil slows targets, and they're different type of slow, so they stack. The characters affected by both are pretty much unable to move. They move so slowly that they might be able to move something like this area and they waste all their action points. So that would be very useful as a control ability. Also, yeah. There's always an also. If I had taken elemental affinity, it would have made more sense. It lowers casting costs, action point costs of spells, if we are standing on the correct element. Water is an easy element to stand on, but we don't have it, so yeah, there's no benefit. Either way, I'll end things here. We can start the killing spree. Hopefully things will start to snowball in our favor from that point fairly quickly.